Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another motherfucking episode of a podcast that I like to call This and That. You all know the whole spiel by now. In this podcast, we got the 2020 presidential debate to talk about. The first debate happened, and oh boy. Yeah, it was a good one. Let me just tell you. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with this one. Not too much sports, as you can see. I've made this more of a debate-focused podcast because there's a lot I want to talk about. But we've got some positive tests on the Tennessee Titans. We'll start here with that. 3 players, 5 personnel on NFL's Tennessee Titans have tested positive for COVID-19. This is coming from thehill.com. A lot of the articles tonight will come from The Hill. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles will come from The Hill. So, like I said, I like using The Hill. Their articles go straight to the point, you know. But the NFL's Tennessee Titans had 3 players and 5 other members of the organization test positive for the Rona. It says for COVID-19, but I said for the Rona. Fuck it. According to the NFL Network, prompting the team that its last opponent, the Minnesota Vikings, to suspend in-person club activities. Yup. Oh boy, and I would be testing all them motherfucking Vikings players too. Ooh. Those who tested positive will quarantine per NFL health guidelines. Testing will also be conducted for those who may have been in close contact with the 8 people who tested positive. Out of the ambience of caution, the organization has decided to work remotely today as we follow NFL protocols related to COVID-19 virus. Excuse me. The Titans said in a Tuesday statement, several tests have come back positive and we are working through the process of confirming them. We will have more information tomorrow. The team or league has not indicated which players or personnel have tested positive. Excuse me. The news comes as the NFL has enjoyed no stoppages of practices or games after completing its 3rd week of the regular season. Other sports leagues have successfully carried out their seasons and postseasons, with the NHL completing its playoffs and don't fucking goddamn it, Tampa Bay Lightning, don't even fucking goddamn it. Yes, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the cup with Toronto and Edmonton, and no positive cases since the league resumed play in late July. The Tampa Bay Lightning topped the Dallas Stars for the Stanley Cup Championship Monday. You had to remind me of that. God damn it. Yes. Speaking of that. And it also reminds me of the Celtics getting booted out too. Great, yeah. Yes, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And the Miami Heat will be playing the Lakers to begin Wednesday night. But yeah, the NBA is also in a bubble. Major League Baseball, which has played its games in home stadiums around the country since the league resumed play on Wednesday, July 23rd, dealt with 2 outbreaks early with the Miami Marlins and St. Louis Cardinals. The outbreaks led both teams to postpone several games, but the league has since seen few cases and game postponements. So yeah, the MLB is doing pretty good, and I can read worse shit, but basically, COVID's been kind of ruining sports a little bit, but, you know, what are you gonna do? But, oh boy. Let's get into some debate talk, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Boys and girls, I think we shall. Oh boy. Oh, God, where do we begin? Well, excuse me. I have the burps. This recording. That's great. Do you guys like that? But where do I begin? Where do I start? I mean, the fucking debate was a whole shit show, that's for sure. Oh, my God. And, of course, Trump, let's face it, Trump doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. This article I'm about to read is coming from globalnews.com, and it's titled, "Shut Up, Man. Trump-Biden clash interrupt each other during U.S. presidential debate." Oh my god, yeah. So basically, to sum it up, Trump basically would not shut the fuck up. The man did not know when it was his turn to speak. Oh, wow. Like, literally, he had to get every single fucking word in he can. It's like, buddy, it's not your fucking turn. Shut the fuck up. Then you can speak your bullshit. You know, it was a complete shit show. The first debate between U.S. President Donald Trump and Democratic challenger Joe Biden was, let's just say, I'm not going to say, it was an absolute shit show. Deteriorated into bitter taunts and near chaos Tuesday night as Trump repeatedly interrupted his opponent with angry and personal jabs that sometimes overshadowed the sharply... Let me try that again. Near chaos and personal jabs that sometimes overshadowed the sharply different visions each man has for the nation facing historic crisis. Oh yeah, it was basically all over the place. Trump, oh wow, in the most tumultuous presidential, wow, excuse me, what is that word? Can you what?
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous?
Tumultuous.
Well, in the most tumultuous presidential debate in recent memory, Trump refused to condemn, while white supremacists who have supported him telling one such group known as the Proud Boys to stand back, stand by. There were also heated clashes over the president's handling of the pandemic, the integrity of the election results, deeply personal attacks about Biden's family, and how the Supreme Court will shape the future of the nation's healthcare. And we will get into all of that. Oh boy, don't you worry. But it was the belligerent tone that was the president. Excuse me. Wow, I can read tonight. Let me try that one again as well. But it was the belligerent tone that the persistent, somehow fitting for what had been an extraordinarily ugly campaign. The two men frequently talked over each other, with Trump interrupting, nearly shouting so often that Biden eventually snapped at him and said, "Will you shut up, man?" I know Biden was... Bro, it looked like Biden wanted to fucking throw hands, man. It literally looked like Biden wanted to throw hands with this guy. It was... But hey, I have to admit, Biden held his composure. Biden, you know, I'm very surprised that Biden held in there. He did. Whew. Trump was an absolute shitstorm. That's for fucking sure. Acted like a toddler on stage. An absolute fucking toddler on stage. The fact that everything he's saying is so far simply a lie, Biden said. "I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody know he's a liar," which I agree with that. That is true. The man is a straight up fucking liar. That's you cannot deny the fact that that's what the fucking man consistently does each and every day. On a daily fucking daily basis. A daily fucking daily basis. Double daily fucking basis, bro. That's a double daily basis. But the man consistently lies each and every day. There's no and if buts about that. Okay? No, you can't deny that. But the article goes on to read, "The presidential race has been remarkably stable for weeks." Excuse me, I'm leaving that in. And I'm also leaving that one in. "Despite the heroic crises that have battered the country this year, including a pandemic that has killed more than 200,000 Americans, and reckoning over the race and police brutality. With just 5 weeks until Election Day and voting already underway in some key states, Biden has maintained a lead in national polls and in many battlegrounds," which, honestly, polls don't mean shit. It is unclear whether the debate will do much to change those dynamics. You're telling me, I mean, Jesus fuck. Over and over, Trump tried to control the conversation, interrupting Biden and repeatedly taking over the moderator, Chris Wallace of Fox News. Fox News, what? Trump has a love-hate relationship with Fox News. I guess you can say Fox News was getting on his bad side that debate. And I thought about it. I thought the president was going to be easy on Chris Wallace because, of course, he's from Fox News, but I guess not, The president tried to deflect tough lines of questioning, whether on his taxes or the pandemic, to deliver broadsides against Biden. Yet basically, he was doing anything and everything he could to fucking attack Biden, pretty much. That, and basically was blaming the fucking coronavirus on China and blah, blah, blah. Basically spewing his typical right-wing narrative and bullshit. The president drew a literature from Wallace, who pleaded with both men to stop talking over each other. Biden tried to push back against Trump, sometimes looking right at the camera to directly address the viewers rather than the president, and snapping. It's hard to get a word in with this clown. Bro. I don't know. After that, I might consider voting for Biden now. I might just consider voting for Biden. It's hard to get a word in with this clown. The man speaks the fucking facts, though. It's hard to get a word in with this clown. Again, refusing to commit to honoring the results of the election. Trump spread falsehoods among mail voting without evidence, which, again, a lot of his fucking claims... Oh, wow, that one was nasty. Yes, I love how this podcast is unedited. I honestly don't give a fuck. Whatever goes, goes. I bumped the mic up. It's like, this is a podcast for me to be me. But it's Despite his efforts to dominate the discussion, Trump was frequently put on the defense and tried to sidestep when he was asked if he was willing to condemn white supremacists and preliminary groups. I just skipped the whole paragraph. We'll go back and read that. Again, refusing to commit to honoring the results of the election, Trump spread falsehoods about mail voting without evidence. He suggested that the process, surging in popularity during the pandemic, was ripe for fraud and incorrectly claimed inappropriately at a Pennsylvania voting site. Oh, God. What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a name. Said before Biden mentioned the far-right violent group known as the Proud Boys. Trump then prominently did not condemn the group, instead saying, Proud Boys stand back, stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about NAFTA and that left, because this is not right-wing problem. This is the left. This is a left problem. Yep, that's basically fucking Trump's narrative, blaming it all on the Democrats, blaming it all on the left. But NAFTA is not a fucking group. Okay? They're not an organization. They're not a group. Trump is hooked on this NAFTA bullshit, alright? It's one of his little fucking narratives to lure in his puppet sheep supporters, alright? That's what NAFTA is to Trump. Just one of his other little narratives. Biden attacked Trump's handling of the pandemic, saying that the president waited and waited to act when the virus reached America's shores and still doesn't have a plan. Excuse me. Biden told Trump to get out of your bunker and get out of the sand trap and go in his golf cart to the Oval Office and come up with a Presbyterian plan to save the people. Fuck Biden! Biden coming out with them motherfucking roasts, bro. Oh. Speaking of that, so speaking of the golf trips and all that, so basically, Biden mentioned something about Trump and his golf trips, and Trump says, "Oh, you probably take more golf trips than me," which that's not true at all. I hardly ever hear about Biden on a fucking golf course. Oh, the news just doesn't report about it. You know, typical Trump narrative bullshit. You know, but you can't make this shit up, people. This is our fucking president we're talking about. Trump snarled a response. Wait, excuse me, retard alert. Can't pronounce a word. What? Snarl. Yeah, okay, I said that right. Trump snarled a response, declaring that, "I'll tell you, Joe, you could never have done the job that we did. You don't have it in your blood." It's just, what job? Let over 200,000 fucking people die? Yeah. I know how to do the job, was the solemn response from Biden, who served 8 years as Barack Obama's vice president. But basically, it was an absolute shit show, and Chris Wallace struggled a little bit to keep this shit show under control. Wallace struggles to keep order in nasty first debate. This is coming from thehill.com. Chris Wallace was drawn into the vicious debate between Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden on Tuesday night, with the Fox News anchor growing visibly frustrated over the course of the unruly 90-minute spectacle in which he struggled to maintain order. Because, again, Trump wanted to act like a fucking toddler. Excuse me. Time and again, Wallace tried to rein in Trump, who repeatedly interjected and talked over Biden in the apparent effort to get under his rival's skin. Wallace, who has frustrated Trump by sometimes critically reopening on his administration, schooled the president and increasingly grew exasperated as he tried to enforce the rules. Which, if I'm not mistaken, speaking of enforcing the rules, and I do apologize about my garbage shitty fucking reading. I can't read, I'm a retard. But speaking of enforcing the rules, I do believe that both campaigns agreed that they would abide by the rules. Trump was doing a big lack of that. A huge lack of that. And you want to know why he was doing a huge lack of that? Because if I'm not mistaken, when the other candidate is talking and it is their 2 minutes to talk, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to shut the fuck up and let the other person talk. You're not supposed to butt in with your bullshit. But nah, Trump was like, nah, I'm too good for that. You know? Apparently Trump is too good to follow the fucking rules. I mean, the man never does follow the rules, so what the fuck do you expect, you know? You got a president who don't like to follow the rules. But the campaigns agreed that each candidate would get 2 minutes of uninterrupted speaking time in response to questions given them. And Wallace tried, but largely failed to enforce the agreement. Again, that's right. Uninterrupted. And I remember as I was watching the debate, Wallace kept reminding Trump and Biden, you're going to get 2 minutes of uninterrupted time to speak. Trump said, fuck that, and just started butting right in. Way to enforce the rules, Donald. A big lack of enforcing them. Huge lack of enforcing them. I mean, Biden was doing what he could do to keep his cool. And, bro, I respect Biden. I really do, man. I have the burps this recording, so don't mind me. But, that, and I just ate a nice big bowl of cereal before I started recording. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, Biden remained cool. Biden kept this calm, and calling him a clown was the best fucking part. Like, bro, Biden was roasting the fuck out of Trump. Not gonna lie. But the article goes on to say, it was clear from the outset that the president would not adhere to the rules. Obviously. Because the man was acting like a complete fucking toddler on the stage, bro. Leading to a tense exchange between Trump and Wallace right off the bat. Here we go. Mr. President, I am the moderator of this debate, and I'd like you to let me ask my questions, Wallace said. And then he comes back with this snarky little, I guess I'm debating you, not him. Trump shot back. And then Wallace shoots back with, I'm not surprised. Trump's interruptions frustrated Biden, who often responded by laughing or shaking his head and accusing to the president's badgering. I can read, bruh. He never kept his word, Biden muttered at one point. Oh, wow, that was a good one. Fuck. Which, that is true. He never did fucking keep his word at all. Like, bro, you agreed to rules, to a set of specific rules and guidelines at the beginning of the debate that each candidate was allowed to have 2 minutes of uninterrupted speaking time. Right? But it was... Whew. Wallace's inability to keep Trump in check was a major story coming out of the debate. Exactly! Wallace could not keep fucking Trump under control. He was just acting like a complete fucking toddler up on stage. It was obvious he was. And anchors and hosts at rival networks such as CNN, MSNBC expressed shock and anger over what they described as Trump's steamrolling of the moderator. And a CNN reporter basically called the debate a shit show. Oh, here we go. Yup. So thank you. The hill comes in clutch. This is from MSNBC. Or as Trump likes to call it, the MSDNC. President Trump acted as the abuser tonight. Chris Wallace was among the abused, said MSNBC's Nicole Wallace. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. CNN's Dana Bash called the debate a shit show. Yup. She didn't get no fucks. That is the one time CNN has told the truth. I agree. It was a complete shit show. It honestly was a complete shit show. CNN's Jake Tapper unloaded on the president's rule-breaking performance, which, yes, again, Trump supporters, as much as you hate to admit it, that one was for you. He was breaking the rules. This was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck, Tapper said. This was the worst debate I've ever seen. It wasn't even debate. It was a disgrace and preliminary. It was because of President Trump, who spent the entire time interrupting, not adhering to the rules he agreed to. Which, again, that is true. Trump just does not know how to shut the fuck up. That's his problem. Across the cable news networks and on social media, viewers complained about the incessant debate crosswalk and the president's refusal to play by the rules. See, everyone is getting fucking annoyed as well that this motherfucker would not shut the fuck up. Donald, you're just making yourself look like a fucking clown. That is all you're doing. All right? You're not helping yourself here, buddy. Across cable news networks and on social media, viewers page refreshed. Viewers complained about the incessant debate crosswalk and the president's refusal to... Bro, people were literally fucking complaining about the president's refusal. That's how you know that this... Wow. A flash CBS poll found that 69% of viewers said the debate made them feel annoyed. I mean, if I had to sit there for like a fucking hour and a half and listen to Trump debate, I'd feel annoyed too. Yeah. I'm having trouble following his ranting, Biden said at one point. Then Wallace shot back with, I'm having a little trouble myself. I'm having trouble following his ranting. Oh, God. Bro, low-key Wallace and Biden were fucking throwing jabs at Trump the whole fucking debate. The president, who also came out of the debate complaining about Wallace. Oh, my God. Being typical fucking Trump, bitching about shit. In the minutes after the debate, Trump retweeted a conservative media CEO who said, regardless who you're polling for, I think we can all agree that Joe Reagan would do much better job moderating this thing than Chris Wallace. Bro, Chris Wallace tried his best, bro. You know? Like, I don't try my best at podcasting, bro. I am the world's worst fucking podcaster ever. Can you believe that shit? You probably can. But, bro, Chris Wallace, shout out to you, bro. You were thrown into an absolute fucking dumpster fire. An absolute fucking dumpster fire, bro. They needed more than one moderator, bro. Chris Wallace was thrown into basically a fucking dogfight. The president played off Wallace to complain about the coverage he gets from the news media, one of his favorite topics. Oh, yeah. He basically... Oh, here we go. They gave you good press, he said to Biden. They give me bad press because that's the way it is, unfortunately. I don't care. I've gotten used to it. Oh, my God. So, Fox News sucking your dick doesn't count? You know, all these right-wing websites sucking your dick don't count. You know, they're bad press too. You know? On two separate occasions, Wallace tried to shut down the president when he provoked to an attack on Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Oh yeah, we will get onto that a little bit later on too. This article is almost over. I want to finish it. During one of the president's Hunter Biden broadsides, Wallace stopped in to remind Trump of the rules. Excuse me. Oh, don't you hate after you... Fuck. Dry throat. Fuck. But yeah, basically fucking Trump was taking shots at Biden's son, which was fucked. Of course, yes, Wallace did have to fucking remind Trump of the rules. The country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak, Wallace said. I'm appealing you do that too. And then, of course, Trump had to throw in, What about him? Frankly, you've been doing more interrupting. Wallace shot back. Bro, Wallace was cooking Trump. What about him? Let me reread that again. This country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak, Wallace said. I'm appealing to you to do that. What about him? Trump said. Frankly, Trump got shot fucking down. Frankly, you've been doing more interrupting, which is true. Another time, Trump brought up the Hunter Biden. Trump brought up Hunter Biden past drug use. Wallace responded, the American people would rather hear more about substantive issues. Subsensitive issues, whatever the fuck that word is. I'm a retard. As moderator here, sir, I'm going to make a judgment call, Wallace added before shifting to another topic. The dynamic between Trump and Wallace was one of the more memorable storylines coming out of it. A debate that seemed to leave everyone frustrated. At the end of the night, Wallace rubbed his forehead and dipped his arm on his desk in frustration with Trump. If you want to switch seats, we could do that, Wallace said. Oh, God, bro. But yeah, Wallace had his fucking way with him. So,
will you tell us how much you paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017?
Millions of dollars.
Is that really true, Donald? I had to let that play. Is that really fucking true, Donald? When I heard him say millions of dollars, I'm like, wait, why didn't he give us a specific amount? No? President Trump, during Thursday night's debate, said that he paid millions in federal income taxes in 2016 and in 2017, despite a New York Times report saying he paid just $750 in each of those years, while Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden reportedly pressed the president to release his tax returns. Yeah, Trump. Speaking of them tax returns, speaking of that audit, that audit probably is long overdone by now. Where's the tax returns? I thought you said you were going to release them after a stupid audit or some shit. Basically, Trump said, you'll see as soon as it's finished, meaning, I'm forging up a fucking copy of my tax returns to make me look good, right? So, Trump has to think, how much millions of dollars did I spend? Because it's funny. If you think about it, why didn't he give us an exact amount? But he said apparently he paid millions in federal income taxes in 2016 and in 2017, despite a New York Times report saying he paid just $750 in each of those years, while Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, yeah, that's his name, repeatedly pressed the president to release his tax returns. I paid millions of dollars in taxes. Millions of dollars of income tax. Damn it, I wanted to burp liar. Oh well. As the president continued to speak, Biden interrupted saying, show us your tax returns. Exactly, motherfucker. If you've paid millions, then cough up those motherfucking tax returns, because Biden already did it. Biden showed us his tax returns. You haven't. So, obviously, you're hiding something, motherfucker. What are you hiding? Why are you so afraid to release your tax returns? Why don't you want to show the world your tax returns? I don't understand. As the president continued to speak, then he went on to say, you'll see as soon as it's finished. Well, what do you mean by as soon as it's finished? As soon as you're finished determining how many millions of dollars you paid in income tax? Is that what you mean? As soon as you're done thinking of an amount you paid? Is that it? Is that what you mean by they're not finished? Debate moderator Chris Wallace then asked Trump if he'll tell the public how much he paid in federal income taxes in 2016 and in 2017. Trump replied, millions of dollars. You'll see to get it. Biden asked, when would that be? Replied, millions of dollars. Notice again how he didn't give us a specific amount. You know? Why is it just millions of dollars? Yeah, okay. But what's millions of dollars? $1 million, $1.5 million, 2.5, 3.5, what the fuck we talking? You know? The Times published an article on Sunday that reported that Trump paid little to no federal income tax in most years from 2000 through 2017. In each of 2016 and 2017, Trump paid $750, the Times reported. Trump is the first president in decades who has not made any of his tax returns public. He has previously said that he won't release his returns while under audit. Okay. But the IRS has said that audits don't prevent people from releasing their tax return, releasing their personal tax information. So again, basically just another fucking excuse to cover up something he's hiding. Because, come on, it's obvious he's hiding something. Hours before the debate, Biden and his running mate, Senator Kamala Harris, released their 2019 tax returns. Biden and his wife, Jill Biden, reported on their 2019 federal tax return adjusted gross income of about $985,000 and total taxes of nearly $300,000. So yeah, Biden's paying them taxes, but again, where
Why do you talk about the military?
Yeah, what about it? Sorry. This next article is also coming from thehill.com. But here's a topic that I want to talk about here that I almost skipped over. Trump was given his so-called booming economy to him. If you think about it, you do your research. I've done mine. And I found plenty of articles with graphs showing the uprise in the economy before Trump took office. See, the economy is something Trump loves to take credit for. You know? He likes to take credit for other people's work. That's just what the fuck the man does. But, Trump attacks Biden over son's business dealings in first debate. Oh, yeah. So, Trump got after Biden's son a little bit in this debate as well. Oh, yeah. President Trump attacked Democratic rival Joe Biden during the first presidential debate Tuesday night, by going after his son Hunter Biden's work in Ukraine, leading into an issue that led to Trump's impeachment in an attempt to get under the former vice president's skin. In a pair of combative chain exchanges on a night full of what? I'm just gonna say on a night full of bullshit. Trump lambasted Biden by raising Hunter Biden's work for Ukraine gas company Burisma Holdings, whatever the fuck it is. Trump first raised the issue during a segment focused on the state of the economy, seizing on allegations that have been largely discredited. Exactly. Basically, Trump bringing up more BS and lies. The president accused Hunter Biden of profiting in China while his father was vice president during the Obama administration. China ate your lunch, Joe. No wonder your son goes there. He takes out billions of dollars to manage. He makes millions of dollars, Trump said. He went on to, I guess it's supposed to say allege, the former vice president's son made of millions of dollars working for Burisma Holdings and received payments from the former mayor of Moscow. Both have been raised by Republicans in an attempt to question whether was a conflict of interest while Biden was vice president, but there is no evidence of wrongdoing. Again, that's basically what Trump was doing all night, bringing up a bunch of fucking claims that, where's the evidence? You know? Trump was basically making shit up all night for his supporters to eat up, basically. You know, that's what the man does. And of course, Biden initially avoided engaging, repeating that the allegations were simply not true, which is correct. They were discredited, so they're not true. None of that is true. It is totally discredited, Biden saying by adding his son did nothing wrong at Burisma. Trump attempted to hold Biden's feet to the fire on the issue to the point where the moderator, Chris Wallace, had to repeatedly and forcibly ask the president to stop interrupting. Again, because that's literally what the man-child was fucking doing all debate long. Like, the guy literally could not stop interrupting. Like, he literally had to get every single fucking word in he could. He doesn't want to let me answer because he knows I have the truth. Which is true. Trump will do anything and everything he can to silence the truth. He knows Biden had the truth. He knows that he was lying. Trump knew for a fact that he was fucking lying. That's why he was trying to interrupt Biden. It was clear. You know? Trump didn't want Biden to tell the truth. We want to talk about families and ethics. I don't want to do that. His family, we could talk about all night. Biden added before turning to the camera and saying, the debate should be about your family, the American people. Yeah. But the subject of the Biden family came up again later in the debate during a discussion on the military. Biden invoked his late son, Beau Biden, and the president's reported comments that fallen service members were suckers. Are you talking about Hunter? Trump asked. I'm talking about my son, Beau Biden. Biden responded, I don't know Beau, I know Hunter, Trump said, alleging that the letter was dishonorably discharged for cocaine use. Oh, God. That's basically what the fuck Trump was doing all night, was just throwing insults and fucking bullshit. Biden acknowledged that his son Hunter had drug problems, which, hey, good on him. That's what a fucking dad should do. But said he was proud of him for working to overcome it, which, hey, you know, he overcame it. He got over it. You know, he's a clean man now. Hey, Hunter, you're a clean fucking man, you know? Carry on your dad's fucking legacy, bro. Run for president one day. Who knows? At this point, honestly, anyone can get fucking elected. The Trump campaign had telegraphed that the president would attack Biden over his son's business dealings, but the strategy carried risks for the president as his attacks on Hunter Biden and calls for an investigation into the former vice president sparked his impeachment last year. Hunter Biden joined the board of Burisma Holdings, a natural gas giant in Ukraine, in 2014. The company's founder was under investigation by then Prosecutor General Viktor Skulkin, who the U.S., United Kingdom, and other Western governments argued had failed to retain in the corruption in the country. This is almost over. God, I have the fucking severe burps. Damn, I've been burping all fucking podcast long. I can't help it. Hold on. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving that in. The U.S. threatened to withhold roughly $1 billion in loan guarantees if Shulkin, who was not replaced as prosecutor general, a message Joe Biden delivered to officials in Kiev while serving as vice president, renounced during a 2018 Council on Foreign Relations conference. While many of the president's allies have argued that there was minimally a conflict in interest at play in the case, the former vice president has denied acting in his son's interests in mind, and there is no evidence of any criminal wrongdoing by either of the Bidens. Trump has also claimed that Hunter Biden got $1.5 billion from China, similarly alleging it is evidence of corruption involving the former vice president and his family. Hunter Biden has business connections to China, but there is no evidence of how much he made or that had any relations to his father's work while in office. Trump was impeached last year by the Democratic-led House. Holy shit. Wow. That was a nasty one. But y'all know the shebang. He was basically impeached on abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The crux of the investigation focused on the president withholding Ukrainian military aid after asking the country to investigate the Bidens. The GOP-led Senate later voted to acquit Trump, of course. So, yeah. And then, finally, we have Biden mocks Trump over disinfecting remarks, saying Trump was being sarcastic. Oh, God. Joe Biden mocked President Trump's suggestion earlier this year that the people might inject disinfectant to prevent COVID-19 in one of the tester moments of a nasty debate on Tuesday, which Trump protested he was being sarcastic. Yeah, basically, Biden took a jab at that, and you know that was that. We all know that whole shebang, but the last article is from The Hill. This next article is coming from PolitiFact.com, and it is fact-checking the first 2020 presidential debate, Joe Biden versus Donald Trump, and I took a look at a couple of these, and one was Biden. The president has no plan for the coronavirus pandemic. And some of them say they need context, but here's a Trump lie. Trump, if you had good forest management, you wouldn't be getting calls that California's on fire. And that's basically false according to PolitiFact. Forest maintenance does play a role in maintaining forest fires, but that does not negate the fact that climate change has made California's environment more flammable. Chemologists, ecologists, and wildlife experts all told us that climate change not only fueled the fires, but also worsened their impact. Something Trump knows jack shit the fuck about. The area affected by wildfires in California has expanded tenfold over the last 4 decades. Noah Diffenberg, a climate scientist at Stanford University, told us that about half that increase is attributable to the effects of global warming. So, basically, Trump not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, and here's another Trump lie. According to PolitiFact, I'm getting insulin so cheap it's like water. which is bullshit. Trump signed an executive order on insulin at the end of July, but the scope was limited. It targeted a select group of healthcare providers that represent fewer than 2% of relevant outlets for insulin. Between 2017 and 2018, insulin prices for seniors rose. The truth is that patients who need drugs like insulin are having a hard time affording them, particularly for many of those. Damn, I cannot stop fucking burping. Who's having a hard time affording them, particularly for many of those who are now uninsured, said Vanderbilt Medical Center, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Let's see. Scrolling through. I read through some of these. Oh, here we go. Here's one we talk about. Wow, I can talk you about all you not. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Trump, I paid millions of dollars in federal income tax and taxes in 2016 and 2017. Disputed. Oh, but they're going off the New York Times report, which... Trump says Joe Biden said, you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. False. Trump's claim was putting words in Biden's mouth. The former vice president never said that he attended Delaware State. Trump... Wow, I can read. Trump appeared to be referring to the remark that Biden made at Town Hall in Florence, South Carolina, where he said he got his start at DCU in context. It's clear that Biden wasn't implying that he went to the university, but referencing the support that he received from the school in 1972 when he announced his run for U.S. Senate on the campus. So there you go. More Trump bullshit. Let's see if I can find a Biden one. Biden. Well, here's one that's mostly true. Biden. Trump is the only one defunding police. His budget calls for a $400 million cut in local law enforcement assistance, which this is mostly true. Trump's budget plan for FY 2021 sought to reduce the spending on state and local law enforcement aid in two ways. He could cut $280 million from a broad range of assistance programs and another $170 million from a community policy initiative, community-oriented policing services that dates back to the days of President Bill Clinton. Ooh. Excuse me. Fuck. Someone needs to listen to this podcast and make a compilation of each and every single fucking burp. Please, someone do that. Because I know there may be more. The total is over 400 million. Damn. But let's see. One more. Oh, that's it. Basically, a lot of them are... A lot of Biden's ones need context. But mostly all the Biden ones are fucking true. And mostly all of Trump's ones... Oh, here's one that is half true. Trump, Biden called members of the military stupid bastards. He said it on tape. He said stupid bastards. Biden used the terms stupid bastards as part of a joke in addressing a group of airmen during a trip overseas in 2016. Biden's presidential campaign Let me try that again. Biden's presidential campaign confirmed that he called the service members in the audience stupid bastards and a dull bunch, but said his remarks were made not in disrespect, but in just to generate applause for a female lieutenant he was referencing in his full speech. Biden reportedly complimented the troops and spoke about his late son, Beau, who served as a major in Delaware Army National Guard. Oh, fucking Trump. But this next article is from globalnews.com. And here are some key takeaways from the first presidential debate. Obviously, the POTUS interrupting. Trump has been itching to attack Biden for months, and he wasted no time going on offense. He reportedly interrupted Biden mid-sentence, sometimes intensely in personal ways. So, yeah, I guess you can say that. That and Trump can't escape the virus. Trump has wanted the election to be about anything but the coronavirus pandemic, but he couldn't outrun reality on the debate stage. Nope. I'm getting this again from a website called globalnews.ca, so if you want to read the full article again, I'm just going to go over a couple of them. Not the whole thing, but Wallace tries to moderate a mud fight. Oh yeah, big fucking time. It was a huge shit fest. Huge shit fest. Debate moderator Chris Wallace of Fox News held his ground Tuesday after saying beforehand that this was not his job to fact check the candidates, especially Trump, in real time. But Wallace struggled to stop Trump from interrupting and at times seemed to lose control of the debate. Mr. President, as the moderator, we are going to talk about COVID in the next segment, Wallace said. Soon after, I'm the moderator and I'd like you to let me ask my question. Minutes later, I have give you roughly equal time. Please let Vice President talk. And then Wallace noted that Trump hadn't come up with his health care plan in nearly 4 years. Trump turned the question back on Wallace. First of all, I'm debating you, not him. That's okay, I'm not surprised, Wallace said, as he wanted to be invisible. Well, that was impossible. Yeah. And finally, almost ending off the debate talk, this is coming from pbsnewshour.com. Biden developing a little ego here? Who? Biden basically says, here, you know what? Let's see if the video will play. I want to hear it from Biden's mouth.
Ginsburg said very powerfully, 10 years ago, period of time, 3 years, that period for 4 years. I don't know what people.
Let's see.
We're now into open. What I proposed.
I want to hear this.
Is that we expand Obamacare, which we had with 20 that Biden wanted to allow. They will, and simply
The party doesn't say your party wants to go socialist
My
medicine
party is
and
me.
socialist
Right
healthcare.
now, I am
And
the
they're going to
Democratic
dominate
Party.
you, Joe. You know that.
I am the Democratic Party right now. The platform of the Democratic
According to
Party
Harris.
is what
They're going to dominate you, Joe. You know that.
I am the Democratic Party right now.
You hear that shit? One more time.
You, Joe. You know that.
I am the Democratic Party right now.
Is Joe Biden growing an ego? I'm sorry, but I had to play that. That was that was I am the Democratic Party. Biden made the comment during Tuesday night's debate after President Donald Trump accused him of supporting abolishing private insurance. Excuse me. Biden noted that he won the Democratic nomination partly by arguing against single-player healthcare that many of his rivals sought. The former vice president had instead proposed expanding the Affordable Care Act to provide a public option that people could buy into. Holy shit, I cannot stop burping. Trump responded that the Democrats still want to abolish the private health insurance and suggested that the party would force Biden to do its bidding. My party is me, Biden replied. Right now, I'm the Democratic Party. Oh.
President Trump on Sunday renewed his call for heat.
Yeah, I love how the video just automatically plays like that. Don't you love that? But Trump renews call for pre-debate drug test. Oh my God. Let's see here. President Trump on Sunday, by the way, this is coming from our good friends at thehill.com. President Trump on Sunday again suggested that he and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden should be tested for drugs before the upcoming debate between the two candidates. I mean, we'd find Adderall on Trump's breath, or sniffed into Trump's nose. Oh, you know, Trump sniffing that motherfucking Adderall. Trump, who sought to make Biden's age and mental agility an issue in the campaign by suggesting he has dementia and has basely accused Biden of used drugs to improve his public performance. So he basically tweeted out, I will be strongly demanding a drug test of sleepy Joe Biden prior to or after the debate on Tuesday night. Naturally, I will agree to take one also. His debate performance have been record-setting, uneven. To put it mildly, only drugs could have caused this disparity. Oh, God. Trump has put out multiple calls for the candidates to take drug tests ahead of the debate. The first debate, yeah, of course, it'll take place Tuesday. But it has already taken place. But I thought I would throw these in afterwards. But and then Trump campaign also wanted to examine Biden's ears for an electronic device before the debate. So they want to fucking drug test him. They also want to fucking make sure. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh, and I scroll down and I see a Trump campaign statement on debate rules. Here, let's read this first. Joe Biden's handlers several days ago agreed to a pre-debate inspection for electronic earpieces, but today abruptly reserved themselves and declined. Biden's handlers have asked for multiple breaks during the debate, which President Trump doesn't need, so we have rejected the request. Hold on. Let me open it. Okay, here we go. Rejected that request on the top of the refusal to take a drug test. It seems pretty obvious that the Biden team is looking for any safety net they can find in the hours leading up to the debate. With his 47 years failed as a Washington politician, how much help does Biden... Oh, my God. And I guess it's Tim Matura, Trump 2020 Communications Director. Yeah. Basically, Trump spewing bullshit. But the article from thehill.com basically goes on to say, President Trump's campaign wants to have a third party examine both his Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's ears for electronic devices before Tuesday night's presidential debate. Fox News reported part of an ongoing effort by president's support to paint the former vice president as mentally incompetent. As mentally dumb. Duh. As mentally incompetent. The demand comes as part of a heated back and forth between the two campaigns in the hours before a debate that most expect to be nasty and personal. And oh boy, was it. Keep in mind that these articles were written before the debate. I know I should have read these before I did all the debate talk, but I found these pretty interesting. But yeah, basically let's just say that it was a pretty heated debate. You know, it was a very good debate. I'm not gonna lie. It was both a pretty good debate in terms of entertainment purposes, but in a political standpoint, it was a complete shit show. You know, it was a complete shit show. That it made me burp the whole time I recorded that bit. But finally moving on from all the debate talk, I decided at first I was going to make this a debate special episode, but I'm like, nah, we'll throw in a little bit of our regular stuff here. But video shows cops tackling former Trump campaign chief Parcell after wife says he hits her. This is from CNBC.com. I also have the same article, but coming from a more far left website, as we all like to know, by the name of Occupy Democrats. It's a Democratic police body cam. A dramatic... Here, let's see if I can read this in my newscaster voice. A dramatic police body cam video released Monday shows Florida cops aggressively tackling former presidential... tackling former Trump presidential campaign chief Brad Parscell after a standoff outside his home, where his wife told officers that he has hit her in the past and was suicidal and armed. Get on the ground! Get on the ground, man! An officer barked at Parscell as they took him down in front of his Fort Lauderdale home on Sunday afternoon, the video shows. I didn't do anything! An upset Parscell repeatedly said on the video, which was posted on the Fort Lauderdale Police Department's YouTube page. Warning, disturbing content. They show the video, which, yeah, no, I ain't gonna watch that. Parscell had emerged from the house, clad just in shorts and appearing to carry a can of beer. After initially refusing to come out, after putting the can on the side of the truck, he told one officer, referring to his wife, she started saying all this shit after being asked what happened. This is when other officers rushed Parscell, tackled him, and handcuffed him behind his back as he lay face down on the ground. I guess he was basically aggressive and, by the sounds of it, a little bit intoxicated. Had a couple little too many brewskis. This is coming from OccupyDemocrats.com. Sworn police reports say that Trump campaign senior advisor and former campaign manager Brad Parscell beats his wife and is a threat to harm her and herself in 5 narrative reports. Officers detailed how Parcells may have also committed firearm infractions and domestic violence, simple battery, and resisted arrest. Yesterday, Brad Parscell physically battered before threatening Mrs. Candace Parscell with his gun after they had a verbal altercation before resisting arrest when the Fort Lauderdale Police Department SWAT tried to detain him. Officers removed 10 firearms from the former Trump campaign manager's home. I will take a sip of water, then I will read them. Suspense. Including a rifle, a shotgun, a Piercy AR-15 style Daniel defense rifle. So basically, this guy sounded like a typical Florida nut job. But, yeah, one of Trump's buddies here going nuts. Moving on here, Disney to lay off nearly 28,000 workers at California, Florida locations due to coronavirus. Florida, you say? Didn't they just go into phase 3? This is coming from globalnews.com. Squeezed by the limits on attendance at its theme parks and other restrictions due to novel coronavirus pandemic, the Walt Disney Company said Tuesday it planned to lay off 28,000 workers in parks division in California and in Florida. 2/3 of the planned layoffs involve part-time workers, but they ranged from salaried employees to non-union hourly workers, Disney's officials said. Disney's parks closed last spring as the pandemic started spreading in the U.S. The Florida parks reopened this summer, but the California parks have yet to reopen as the company awaits guidance from the state of California. Because California's smart, unlike Florida's governor who wants to rush the fucking reopening and start putting money back into his pocket. But in a letter to employees, Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Parks Experience and Products, said his management team had worked hard to try to avoid layoffs. They had cut expenses, suspended projects, and modified operations, but it wasn't enough given the limits on the number of people allowed into the park because of social distancing restrictions and other pandemic-related measures, he said. As heartbreaking as it is to take this action, this is the only foreseeable option we have in the light of prolonged impact of COVID-19 on our business, including the limited capacity due to physical distancing requirements, and it is continued uncertainty regarding the duration of the pandemic, he said. Excuse me. Disney officials said the company would provide severance packages for the employees where appropriate and other appropriate and also offer other services to help workers with job placement. More to come. So Rona fucking things up, but moving on to our last article of this podcast. Like I said, this is a little bit more of a shorter one. Like I said, this was supposed to be a debate special type podcast, but I couldn't. I had to throw in a little bit more. But ending off tonight's podcast, Elon Musk told the New York Times that, fuck getting my kids vaccinated. My robotic named kids. Elon Musk told the New York Times he and his kids won't get a coronavirus vaccine when one becomes available, claiming he is not at risk for COVID, nor are my kids. Okay. So does the Musk family have some sort of immunity that more than 1 million people have died of coronavirus didn't? No, he's just speaking because he kind of has a little bit of an ego, you know. Rich businessman, got to ching-a-ling-a-lang, you know, yeah. The CEO of SpaceX and Tesla also told the New York Times he thinks he had COVID-19 in January and now wears a mask at his company's factory, but has reportedly downplayed the risk of infection. So basically, Elon saying, no big motherfucking deal. Like I said, if you want to go on to read the full article, this is on thehill.com. But, I thought I'd throw that little bit in. But, that's it for my burpy ass. Bro, I swear, someone needs to make a fucking compilation of how many times I burped in this podcast, bruh. You know, no, now it's not there, but, pretty good debate overall. Pretty good episode in my eyes. There'll be a little less debate talk next episode for sure. I'm going to try to get out another one. But you all know where to find the podcast on Spotify, iTunes. It is now also on Google Podcasts as well. So if you do Google Podcasts, you can also find it on there. Spotify, Google Podcasts. It's also on YouTube on my second channel, Boston32332, and of course, Anchor.fm. You can find all the links there. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to do it for this episode of the This and That podcast. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!